Hey, buddy, watch this.
Hello, hello, Regis Kilbin is the name, and Hearthstone is the game, and this is a deck spotlight on a brand new Karazhan-based Menagerie Beast Druid created by the popular streamer and professional player Trump. This, of course, includes all the new Karazhan Beast synergy cards that Blizzard provided to Druid, most namely the Menagerie Warden and the Enchanted Raven, which give you both some early game pressure but also a late game bomb. And I think Menagerie Warden seems a little bit ridiculous with cards like Stranglethorn Tiger and Druid of the Claw available on the turn 5 spot, followed up immediately on turn 6 by someone who gets to essentially copy a Stranglethorn Tiger, which is already sort of a nightmare minion to deal with for most opponents because they can't answer a stealthed 5 health minion. But even if Menagerie Warden hits on something a little lighter, like a Savage Combatant or a Mounted Raptor, it still feels like there's a lot of value present in that card and gives this what I would really deem more of a mid-range deck than an aggro deck, some late game big answers and pressure that opponents probably can't deal with that set up wins and allow you to finish games. So that said, if you look at the curve of this deck, there are sort of two humps here. There is the early game pressure on turns 1 and 2, but then the deck also starts to get a little stronger around turn 5 as well. So it allows you to keep up and sometimes just win games on early rapid starts, particularly if you're able to innervate out some threats and hit a big Savage Roar. Trump did decide to include the Savage Roar here as another finisher piece, but also it allows you to stabilize in the mid-game and really start to turn the corner on doing stuff that your opponent can't handle thanks to these 3, 4, 5 cards right here. You also have the Curator in this deck. It is a nice little card draw, hand refill type card that also deposits a pretty reasonable body. And since you're able to run a lot of beasts, you're almost always going to hit on a beast with Curator, but there's a good chance you might just draw an Azure Drake or a Sir Finley Murgleton as well. So nice little bonus there, just thanks to including Azure Drake, a card that Druid likes to run anyway. So good with Swipe, so good with Wrath, draws you a card, and now Curator gets it in your hand as well. That's just a bonus. So, all that said, pretty interesting little list, a lot of cool little things happening, and this might be the first time ever that Beast Druid finally becomes a real thing and a substantial part of the Hearthstone meta. Blizzard has been trying to make this work seemingly forever. You'll note, going back to cards like Wild Walker, it's never taken off. It's a Beast Synergy card. You've even got the Addled Grizzly, which still doesn't make it into this list. The Jungle Moonkin. So many failed attempts at making Beast work. I guess I have to mention Knight of the Wild as well. None of those cards even make it into this list, despite all those extra Beast synergies. It's really just about running good Beast cards. The really only true Beast synergy cards in this deck are actually Mark of Yasharaj, which requires you to have a Beast, and the Menagerie Warden, which requires you to have a Beast. So a lot of it's just running good cards that just happen to be Beasts, and then having two really nice, powerful cards to capitalize on those Beasts. So, again, all that said, this is Trump's list. I think it's a pretty good list. It's very similar to how I would build a Beast Druid list, and I'm excited to see it in action. So let's go ahead and take the Beast Druid by Trump, the Menagerie Beast Druid specifically by Trump, out onto the ranked ladder and see how it performs. I've tried to make Beast Druid work a handful of times. Some budget versions have been okay in a budget context. In other words, up to rank 15, rank 10, but never in a legitimately high-end competitive function. The only form of Beast Druid that's really ever taken at all, I would argue, is some very aggressive Beast Druids, right, that were all about rapidly getting onto the board and pressuring with like Savage Roar turns and just damage, almost a face style deck in a way, less about like a zoo style and more about a face style. So I kept the Druid of the Saber and tossed back the Wrath in the hopes that we'd find a 1-drop or an innervate play, but unfortunately we got neither of those. He's got an innervate play though, which sucks. We can We can Living Roots this down. I don't know if I want to. I guess I have to. I don't want to summon 1/1s, right? Because that just dies to 0 power and he goes face or makes a very value trade. Alternatively, we could just play the 3/2 with stealth and see what happens. Maybe Living Roots next turn when we have some spare mana. Could also maybe innervate an Azure Drake or a swipe. So let's go ahead and try this, right? It's our 3/2 is a little worse than his 3/2. But we're going to have more mana to work with. Yeah, so that's one reason to always clear a beast for Druid, right? Punished. But we can swipe and Living Roots and probably make a good trade, so we don't even really hate to see that. We have a way to spin the mana. I guess that's okay. I don't actually hate that. It's going to be a little annoying to get through. So he can coin swipe. But I don't have a turn 4 anyway, so I may have to hero power through this. We'll see what happens. Hopefully he just hero powers, he whiffs on this turn. Our hand is empty though, which sucks. Wrath to clear. Okay, well, that puts us ahead a little. Nope, coin, hero power. Still ahead a little. Love to hit a 4-drop, because we can kill this anyway, right, with our 1-attack minion, so... not a 4-drop, but playable, so... He didn't seem to have the swipe, so we'll see if he has it this time. I don't think we're going to hit Menagerie Warden on 6, which sucks, because we don't have a beast. If we drew the Stranglethorn this turn, it'd be amazing. The faster you hit the Menagerie Warden, the better it is, right? Just, oh lord. Does he have an Innervate too? God, Innervate what? Innervate Power the Wild. That's a pretty good turn, honestly, given our board. Swipe. I guess we can clear his board with swipe. But it's not going to be fun to do. It's going to lose our board too. But we can't leave Fandral out, right? Like, we have to deal with this, so... my god, we're going to. He has so many more cards than us. It's really unfortunate. We're out swipes too, so he knows we don't have swipe. He can play around swipe. He can just load the board up forever and not have to play around swipe. Oh, interesting. He's running Nourish. I feel like this is, I guess, a token Druid, not actually a Beast Druid, but it had mounted Raptor, so I don't buy that. I don't know. Yeah, we could play the Azure Drake, right? But 5/5s are tough for Druid to deal with, particularly 3 of them. So the faster we can get out the Stranglethorn. Oh my, that's not going to line up very nicely against my Tiger. You know, it's funny. I don't actually know this interaction. I think the summon's a strict copy of the minion. So if you want it to be stealthed, I think you need to summon it first before you attack and unstealth your minion, right? So I'm assuming that's how the interaction works. If it's anything like Faceless Manipulator. So he's got a... oh man, this deck's cool. I like it. Savage Warrior. Doesn't seem that... I mean, he gets to kill 2 guys. I guess it's good. Oh, didn't he do that where he took more damage? Oh, I guess not. It's 5 attack. They're both 5 attack. Never mind. Never mind. God, he's drawn a lot of cards. He's 8 cards deeper than us. My god. The good news is he's at 19 health, which is kind of cool. So this sort of needs to die, but not actually, right? I want to draw a card here, but then I give him a good trade. But if I drew into Wrath, right, it'd be just nuts. Plus I can 5/6 hero power, take him to 13 and have some bodies out. What are the chances of me hitting on something good? Druid of the Saber's good, Wrath is good. Don't have any Living Roots left, so I can't Living Roots. I could also just taunt here, or even honestly charge and put him at 10. I want to draw a card, though. Even if he makes this trade, like, this thing's kind of scary to deal with. I don't think there's a hero power that matters, right? There's no hero power that kills this right off the bat, but 100 hero power could essentially win me the game just on damage, eventual damage. Or do I want life tap? He's going to be at 14. I don't think we can win fast enough. I think we have to play life tap just to get cards. Don't think we can win fast enough. He's got so many cards. Mulch. Alright. That's not what you expect every day. On your Stranglethorn. Is he going to clear? No, he's summoning. Whoa, against the Sir Finley. He must have a... Oh, okay. I was going to say, he must have a way to make that trade not good. This is cool. I take 6 damage every time I hero power, but he's getting close to dead, right? So I think I just load up the board, right? Do we charge, though? The taunt would theoretically protect everything, but I think I just want to pressure damage. This is 8 mana, 9 mana. Let's just go nuts, right? While he doesn't have taunts out. So we never know when he's going to get a taunt, right? He used 1 Savage Roar, so I don't think I'm going to die to Savage Roar or anything anytime soon, right? There's only 7 damage plus 8's 15 from Savage Roar plus his hero power 16, so that would put us 8 over. This is another path to lethal, obviously. It's really intriguing. Oh god, so many dudes. So many dudes, but he's going to have to leave some minions up. Is this lethal? 7? No, not lethal yet. He has 9, 13. I think we just go face again, right? I don't even think I need to life tap. Because this may just give me lethal. Next turn. We just have to stay alive, right? We're at 13. Another Wisp of the Old Gods doesn't do it. That's 6. Swipe doesn't do it, but Swipe would hurt my board a lot. But it wouldn't matter. He's looking for, like, Healing Touch, probably. That might be enough. I like his use of the classic card back. I've been a classic card back hipster for a while, too. Feral Rage is the same as Healing Touch. That's really good. Do we have enough anyway if he doesn't clear? We have 8, 10. So he's clearing a little. Let's see. Wrath is actually a good draw. So let's see. He has 15. We have 8. And plus 4 is 12. So we actually don't have enough right now. We may have to trade just a little. Let's see what comes out of here, right? Could make a difference. I think I definitely want the tiger getting the mark, just so it's hard for him to kill. Oh, Pit Snake's cool. I probably don't need this to have 5 attack. I'd rather it live, right? There's draws that matter. I'm not life tapping, guys, again. I know that there's a chance I life tap into something really good. But both swipes are down, and we only have 1 Druid of the Claw, so it's not like I'm going to clear that Azure Drake. I mostly just want to apply enough pressure that it's hard for him to survive the Spawn of Shadows next turn and find a way to kill the Stranglethorn. Even if he has to hero power the Pit Snake, like, that's not the worst thing ever, because he takes the damage. He's at 8. The Hunter hero power probably would have won me the game by now, so I sort of regret this a little bit, but maybe not, because you never actually know. That's just lethal if he doesn't kill the tiger, obviously. He has not yet seen our card that we got off Mulch. He doesn't know what it is. He might be wondering very curiously, what is he sitting on? Little does he know it's actually a 4 damage burst card. He's going to kill the tiger. I think that gives us lethal, though, right? He's at 6, and we have 6 damage, so... Oh, well, that super gives us lethal. Curator would have been a good top deck. Unfortunately, it came after we took a little too much, or excuse me, after we spent too much mana. But we had lethal, so of course we didn't need a top deck at all. Cool. So maybe the life tap was not the right play, but maybe it was. It's hard to say. Generally, life tap is the best hero power you can get off Finley in a vast majority of settings, unless you're dying or looking for 2 damage lethal or something, or you desperately need to ping something to stay in the game. Okay, yeah, we'll keep the Living Roots. I'm actually going to keep the Mark as well. I obviously don't have a 1-drop to play it on right now, but if you get like an Innervate or a 2-drop, it can be a really, really powerful play. And frankly, sometimes you don't have to draw a card off of it, right? Sometimes it's just a 2/2 buff, and that can actually be enough. So, do we want a Finley or do we just want a Living Roots? Finley's not always great, but yeah, I don't really know what hero power I want yet, but I don't actually have a turn 2, so life tap would be pretty sick to see. I guess I'll take Reinforce here, although Dagger Mastery can be pretty good too if we need to ping stuff off. But this is so good with Savage Roar. We don't want armor at all. I'm not thrilled with any of these choices. I guess I can't afford to lose the ping. I think I have to have a ping effect. Would much rather have seen Mage or Warlock. So we can just Living Roots and go face. I'm not going to coin the hero power though because I want to be able to coin the 4-drop next turn. This is pretty sick together. Much like it is with the Druid hero power as well, obviously, but actually it's a little worse than the Druid hero power, arguably, but let's see, we can Wrath. If we coin the Savage Combatant, it's probably going to die. We can Wrath coin hero power to clear this. Let's just see. I really want to draw the card as opposed to just wrathing it down. It's a little greedy, I guess, technically, but hopefully this is a 2/1 that pops out, right? Well, whatever. I don't mind that too much. So that's actually one of the best 1-drops probably you can get. Oh no, he beat me to it. What a jerk. So we can actually kill this with the Mark. I actually might too. It feels kind of bad throwing away the Mark, but the Savage Combatant just gets so much long-term value. And we can get through the taunt, so we'll get to draw a card at least out of the Mark. And stabilize the board a little bit, and then we have the insane combo, right? So we got the 5 into the 6, so it's going to be tough to beat, although he could be 1 turn ahead of it on us. Because he's also on 5, right? So we had the coin. Oh, good. He's wasting his... not wasting, but wasting at least 2 mana this turn. Enchanted Raven's not that good of a follow-up. It's going to be tough for him to compete with this. He might actually have the Menagerie, but only on a 2/2, right? A 6 mana 7/7's not very good. What is this going to be? Power of the Wild? No, he's got 4 mana. Oh my god. Is it double Power of the Wild? Really? My god. It's not double, but still annoying. So I can't actually kill that very easily if I want to, well, especially now that I want to play the Menagerie Warden. Although we could just, like, Living Roots trade Taunted Druid of the Claw. It wastes my Menagerie Warden a little, but we have other stuff to copy, right? We can copy a Savage Combatant. He's out of cards. So I think if I make a good, strong play right now, he's going to have trouble. And alternatively, right, we could actually charge the Druid of the Claw in here and Living Roots. But that would just leave me with a 5/2. That's not very exciting. So we'll get rid of that Violet Teacher, even though I don't think it's likely he has spells. Just in case he does, I don't want to mess around. I want to just end this threat right now while I can. And if he hero powers, he can clear my board. But that leaves him with 5 mana. You can't Curator, for instance, and clear my board. Swipe's really good too, though. He did have 2 spells. Thank God I killed it. Jeez Louise, that's a ton of damage hitting my face. Is it too much to live, though? Yes. He has 7. Swipe is actually not that great. I can charge down one of these. We have 6 damage. I may have to kill 2 of these. Ugh, God, this sucks. We're losing. We're just constantly playing catch up. I think I have to do this, or we're just dead to so many things. Unfortunately, I can't taunt right now. I don't have any taunts or heals left, so I don't know how we win this game. We're just going to be behind constantly, unless it's like innervate. Oh, God. The brutality of the... Yeah, I just don't have ways to... That doesn't do anything. I can't even copy a beast. Yeah, we're just dead. We're just dead, boys. Just dead. That sucks. That was a big Violet Teacher turn. I think you might have missed lethal, dude. Call me crazy, I don't know. There it is. He found it. He found lethal, guys. Good job. Yeah, just fell a turn behind the whole game. Just fell a turn behind the whole game. That's alright. We'll keep going. That was a really more token Druid. I don't know. I mean, I want Beast to be successful, but I'm still not really convinced it's better than token. Or at least if you do Beast stuff, maybe you have to include some token pieces in there. I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, we have some token stuff. Power of the Wild, right? Savage Roar is sort of a token card. I don't love this hand. It's a little awkward. I think I got to keep some 2-drop. This doesn't line up very well against Fiery Bat at all. It's okay against like King's Elk and stuff, but if we get Living Roots into Power of the Wild or something, it could be a nice play. Plus, this is just a 3-2 sometimes, so I'm going to keep it instead of the Druid or the Saber. Enchanted Raven's a good drop. Obviously on 1. The 1 mana 2-2. Still not a good hand though. Very awkward. Spell heavy. Mark of Yasharaj would be a sick draw. Fiery Bat deals with this just fine, which is a little sad. But we'll just hero power it if he plays Fiery Bat. That's why a 2-2 is so much better than a 2-1, because the Fiery Bat ping cannot kill this. You guys want to watch the broom fly away? Come on, there you go. There is the Fiery Bat as advertised. Living Roots might be good next turn with Power of the Wild, as we had hoped for. Still rather that I hit my face, just for Unleash the Hounds. Hunters don't have a ton of great ways to do 1 damage, but this is going to be a really sick play. Trap would be bad. Quick Shot's actually pretty relevant because it steals a lot of Power of the Wild value. Oh my god. Jeez. Do I just want to summon a 3-2 and some 1-1s? As opposed to a bunch of 2-2s? I mean, since that minion is gone, you actually get more value here as a 3-2, right? You get 3-2 in stats instead of 2-2 in stats. This might play into Unleash just a tad, but not really, because this would live. And we'd get to market, which is the goal. Cloaked Huntress could be a problem here. He has a lot of cards, so it could be like 4 or 5 secrets. That's not so bad. We can just kill that with the mark. Could also swipe it. Oh god, Savage Roar too. Savage Roar doesn't really help though, right? Let's try this and see what we get. Mounted Raptor's not gonna help a lot. 2-drop would have been amazing. So we have 7 damage plus 8 here. We could do 15 next turn, or 16 actually. We could take him to 9 if this stuff lives. Be pretty nuts. But we don't really have good ways to finish it, so I'd probably rather Stranglethorn instead. See if we can't get a killing blow with this, but we may never have more minions than this outright. It just depends on what he does. He quick-shotted, so I don't know if he'll be able to kill this. He may kill command it. He's thinking about it. He's got the Unleash, top-decked it. He's going to kill this one and leave one alive. That's a good turn. It's not like the best turn ever, though, right? So this has charge, so I always prefer playing it second. The one that doesn't have charge, it needs a turn to attack, right? So get it out first, plus it's harder to answer, plus we may need a taunt later. So there are a lot of reasons to sit on this one and play the other. Nice. It's good. We don't need him having cards. 4-drop. What's that going to be? Oh, the Houndmaster. Got it. Perfect. Swipe is actually... Swipe hero power is pretty incredibly good here. We don't have the Menagerie Warden yet. We haven't hit a Menagerie Warden yet really big in this video. It's just a little sad. But we have good plays, right? We can do a couple different things as needed. The high main we'll just ignore and play a Stranglethorn and hero power. We're actually in a position to race for once, so we can even mark too. So let's mark for. Do we want to mark the Druid of the Claw taunt, or do we just want to hit him for 7? I mean, excuse me. Yeah, 6 here and 5 here actually, so 12. I don't think so. Let's see what we get first. It may change our play a little bit. That's really good actually, because we can Savage Roar if we want. But we'll just play the dudes out. He's not going to have taunts. He just used the Houndmaster. He theoretically could have another one, but we can push through it if he does. We can find a way through with this charge and this charge. But these guys are 7 mana, 6 damage to the face, and we have 5 that's hidden. So this should be lethal next turn, or this as well as a lot of damage too. So it's going to be hard for him to survive. This is probably, this combo plus hero power is probably the most total damage, isn't it? Depending on how many minions survive. He could actually Houndmaster Deadly Shot to clear the board. It's possible. Be in a pretty good spot, honestly. This would die, though, so he wouldn't have a taunt, so we'd still just eventually win the game with these chargers. It's pretty cool to put Hunter on the back foot and pressure them down with damage, isn't it? It's pretty fun. I think he's realizing the writings on the wall here. He does have the Houndmaster. Does he have the Deadly Shot? It's going to be crazy if he does. He's trying to decide whether or not to clear, I think. He's going to go face. That is a route to defeat, unfortunately, sir. That, good sir, is a route to defeat. Alright, cool. Didn't need the Menagerie Warden. We just won on Beast awesomeness. Enchanted Raven, Mark of Yasharaj plays. Cool. So I think we're 2-1 so far, is that right? I'd like to play at least one more game. I want to hit a big Menagerie Warden. I guess we did actually the first game hit it on a Stranglethorn, didn't we? I forgot about that. So I guess we did hit our big Menagerie Warden. Probably don't need this game. We've seen the deck in action quite a bit, but I can't decide if it's really good or just sort of good. I think it's just sort of good. It doesn't feel like we're dominating games ever. Maybe we just need a really nice curve finally. So what on earth is Paladin running these days? I don't know. Everything is different. Probably like Murloc stuff or Dragon stuff. Swipe is normally sort of good against Paladin because of their hero power, but I have a feeling he's not going to be hero powering that much. So I'm going to send it back. Innervate's usually pretty chill, but not with a lot of 1-drops in your hand, I don't think. Oh my god, so many 1-drops. We could just play everything. I think I have to get Life Tap here. Do I want to play the Enchanted Raven, though? Probably not. I think I have to get Life Tap. Yeah, we have to take Life Tap for sure. We don't have any cards in our hand. This is all gone next turn, right? We can play our entire hand. minus maybe what we draw. Minus maybe what we draw. Cool. It's a pass. I like that. Let's just play the dude. Get a beast out. No need to innervate just yet. There's some logic, I guess, to getting these little guys out. So that's an interesting combo. We can just waste that Divine Shield now. And I guess I will. You can't get double Divine Shield, right? I'm going to draw a card off that, and I think I'll innervate. No, I guess I won't innervate. Oh, actually, maybe I will innervate the Mark and play the Enchanted Raven. This will live, but Seal of Champions is really the only thing that punishes me there, which he might actually have, right? He might actually have Seal of Champions. So maybe I go ahead and make the trade, but it is going to cost me a lot of damage. I just won't innervate, I guess. We'll just do this. This is bad against Consecration, though. This is pretty bad against Consecration, but I do have some ways to refill some minions. He still has the coin, right? So he actually can Consecrate. I wonder too. I wonder too. What are you gonna do, bro? What are you gonna do? Ugh, hero power doesn't feel so great to me. Coin. Argent Protector. So definitely some Divine Shield. Oh my god! the plays! Oh, I think we have to, right? It's still gonna be sort of susceptible to Consecration, but I don't think he has it or he would have done it. Because he coined anyway, right? So, I actually should have done this first. Do we want to put this here? This will go to 4. I guess we put it here still. Mounted Raptor doesn't actually help much. I waste a mana with this Innervate, but it's absolutely worth it. Do I want to make like bad trades or just go face? I guess I just go face. That's a big board. Even with Consecration now, he can clear. No, he can't clear. He can kill everything but a 2/2 with Consecration. No, he can clear. Oh god, Equality too. Jeez Louise. I mean, Equality only allows him to kill 2 guys though, so he still has 6 damage on board. So he's definitely more control than I originally anticipated. I know we can draw off Wrath, but I also need to kill a minion, so let's go ahead and do that instead. So he may have some heals. I'd like to see a Savage Roar. I think Savage Roar probably would have ended the game, or very close to it. We would have had 10, plus the Living Roots. Yeah, we would have... I guess we didn't draw the Living Roots until afterwards, but would have been very close to ending the game.
Back to your homes.
That's too slow to matter, man. That's too slow to matter. That doesn't really help much anyway. You're just giving me another minion back. So... how is it that I don't have a beast right now? It's so insane. How much damage do we have? 6, 7, 9. A lot of things give me lethal here, maybe. Innervate does not help at all. Do I play this just as a big body? I don't know what to do, guys. I don't have a beast. Do I just Living Roots? I'm fairly certain everything's going to face. Do I Living Roots for minions? I guess I just innervate out the 5/5, right? So it's really bad, but it puts him on a pretty precarious position. Just because he has to kill a 5/5. And if he spends mana or resources dealing with everything, he doesn't have enough to heal, which puts me on quite a few lethal draws as well. Savage Roar probably won't be lethal, but it's close. That's too much mana to live. You can't live now, I don't think. Yeah, we just have 5 on board. Too much mana to survive. Cool. Alright. Well, we actually won some games, guys. We won some games. Not bad at all. Climbed a little bit. Which doesn't always happen on video. I'm pretty excited about that. So yeah, the Menagerie Beast Druid by Trump feels pretty good. Feels pretty good, actually. I liked a lot of the stuff we did. We had some nice aggressive games where all these cards right here really won us the game. Basically a token aggro style with some Savage Roar shenanigans. We had some mid-game value that won us a game. We've won fast games and slow games, which a mid-range deck is wont to do. It's sort of the design. So it seems like it's a cohesive deck. The problem I've had with Beast Druid in the past is card draw, but now that you've got things like the Curator, which not only draws you a Beast card, but also draws you an Azure Drake, and actually sort of opens up the route to include an Azure Drake in your deck in the first place. That's another 2 card draws that you don't normally run in Beast Druid. So, 3 card draws here, 2 here. You've also got the Mark of Yasharaj and the Wrath. Like, card draw is suddenly not a problem. Plus, Sir Finley gives you the life tap occasionally. So, you're able to refill your hand. So, even if you have these explosive starts with all the 1-drops like we just had in that last game, you're still able to refill and push additional pressure in the mid-game through card draw. And that's really powerful. So, that filled in one hole I'd always worried about with this deck as far as a strong early curve was concerned, and Druid having difficulty refilling the hand. So, I don't know. It feels like a pretty complete, powerful deck with some big, scary stuff it does. Some overpowered turns, which a deck I think always has to have if you expect it to win. And the occasional just run out early, which is also really good for a deck to have as a win condition. So, really well done by Trump assembling this list. I think I would have tried to build a fairly similar one. I might have made some more room for another Savage Combatant or a Fandral, perhaps, or another Druid of the Claw. But I cannot complain with what Trump has assembled here. I actually like it quite a bit. So, all that said, if you have any thoughts or comments on this deck, you know where to leave them below. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, game on.